So my definition of meditation is probably different from everybody's. I think meditation is anything that you do repetitively that makes you feel at peace and calm. I don't particularly think meditation, like traditional meditation where we sit and like mindfulness meditation. I'm not, I do not think every human should be doing that. I think it's triggering for some people, especially if you have a mind that goes very quickly. It's very hard to sit still and just like be. Like, first of all, you can never shut your mind off, no matter how good you are at it. So there's that. So I think we're always trying to accomplish something in traditional meditation that isn't attainable. Like, you can't shut your mind off. You can just not pay attention to the thoughts. That's different. Don't pay attention to the thoughts. But like, again, somebody with like ADHD or my brain, like sitting quietly and being still, like, and trying to meditate is not for me. It makes me nuts. It makes me feel crazy. So again, I think that especially with high performers, executives, they should find what works for them. Are you able to sit still and be silent? Because it's really disturbing for most people, because then you have to hear all the thoughts in your own head. Or do you need a form of meditation, whether it be breath work, or some people recite mantra, right? Like, there are a million different kinds of ways to meditate. And so my advice is to do what's best for you. Now, I might be biased, but I would say breath work, but specific breath work, because it's all not good for everyone. Specific breath work is one of the things that you should incorporate into your daily routine, especially in the morning, to set yourself up for success. I mean, you can literally change your nervous system and your mindset through breath work without having to sit there and try to change your mind. Like, you just
Yeah.
can't change your mind. It's not,
Feel
if we
like
could just change our mind, we would all have done it already.
feel like that I would benefit from that. I feel like, when I get up in the morning, if I just had a way of just leveling off and starting my day from a launch point, right?
Yeah, that's what it
Just
is.
right. Because sometimes I just get up and I go and I'm rushing and I'm rushing and I'm rushing. There's so many things going ahead. I got this customer, this client, I got to call this person, I got to do this for my kid, I got to call the ex-wife, I got to do this, I got to do this. It's just
Yeah.
background noise. It's just background noise.
And when you get up like that, you go immediate like that, it puts you into a sympathetic nervous system state, which is, if you're in a prolonged period of time, becomes a stress response. So if you can get
Right.
up, do something to kind of what I call neutralize, not balance, just neutralize your nervous system so you're not in one extreme or the other, and then start from that space, then you're in a much better position than just like going and then like burning yourself out by 5, 6 o'clock. Yeah.
Right. I saw I was flipping through Facebook like everyone does. Sometimes I'll do that when I have an hour, or like when I'm at the gym right between sets, and I'll be going through videos, and this thing came up and it said, just concentrate on the background for 14, 15 seconds. And it said, now listen to the noises for 15 seconds. And it said, you just meditated. And I'm like, that was brilliant. Talk about the
Absolutely.
solution to people's addiction to media, right? And
Yeah.
and I like that as someone who has ADHD, because you're right. I tried meditating, quiet the mind. Oh my God, I had more anxiety afterward. But I
Yeah.
followed that. My hyper attention was like just focused, just leaves, just like it was this beautiful background of fall leaves and trees. And
Yep.
it was like, wow, that was pretty intense, right? So there are different ways to meditate.
Yep. There are very different ways to meditate. One time I was in a mastermind. I was in this mastermind group, and they were having their weekly class was on meditation, and this expert was telling them how to do mindfulness meditation, and some guy like spoke up and said, like, if I do that, like, I want to kill somebody. Like, it just makes me angry, right? Like, he was very honest. Kudos for telling us how you feel. So I asked if I could chime in for a moment, and they said yes. And I said, what's your favorite thing to do? Like, what brings you the most peace and joy in your life? And he said, sharpening knives. I'll never forget it. And I said, What happens when you sharpen a knife? Like, what do you feel? He's like, I feel so calm. Like, my mind goes quiet. I'm only focusing on the sound of the metal hitting the stone. And I go, but that's meditation. There's a sound, there's a repetitive movement. It brings you peace. And that is meditation. I was like, dude, you can make money out of your meditation. You could start sharpening knives on the side and make it your hour meditation each day, but that is meditation. You've just
Right.
done the same thing. And so there's always this preconceived notion about what it should look like, but it doesn't have to look like anything. It can look like whatever works for
Right.
you again, right? Yeah.